What? Is this my car?
Basketball team plays its final regular season home game. Megan's matchup is a run and back to Arizona. It's a Brown. Head coach Leon Sutton. So much to be proud of with this team as the Coyotes have clinched a postseason berth for the second year in a row.
Absolutely. This is a team that's worked hard, played hard, and pushed through adversity, to say the least. They've had a tough season where they've played a lot of tough games, but they've come out on top and made it to that playoff position.
Coyotes playoff started today. They're the fourth seed. They'll take on number one Mesa. And talk about a great playoff tune-up, and that comes in the form of Eastern Arizona's squad. Ranked 15th. Coming the record 25 to 3, a league best 18 to 3 conference record, and they are led by the early scorer Kenna, who's putting up 16 a game, and she's dynamic. She can do just about anything on the court.
Absolutely, yeah. They've got some great players, and just from the look of it, some great height and size and build and depth to this squad. So they've been putting in the work. I think their records and their stats show it. I mean, a team putting up 67.6 points per game and just really showcasing their abilities on the court.
Alana West with 9 points, 7 silver, 8 to Boston. Matt, you know what? None of that matters. They're in the postseason, and this is a great playoff tune-up. And for the seniors on this roster, how about Aisha Ashley? How about for Megan Urbanski, just to name a couple sophomores? I just say not seniors, but sophomores. Think seniors, think high school, right? Steph Silva, Aisha Ashley, Megan Urbanski. They're playing their final regular season home game, so emotions are going to be very high.
Absolutely. This is the chance for them to really shine and show off and give it their all and take what they've been building and learning this season and put it out on the court here for us today. And what a team, like you mentioned, to play against. One of the top-ranked teams in the league, in the conference. And, you know, I always think it's better to play the toughest team right before playoffs, because if you can play against them, you can play against anyone.
They're shooting 44% from 3. Actually, if I look at their collectively, we're looking at a team that's shooting 55%, 22% from 3, 67% from the line, 31 rebounds a game, 9 assists, and they're led by Steph Silva putting up 9, 5, and 2, and she's playing her last regular season home game. I had a chance to talk to Coach Fletcher Brown, and he said Steph is a little bit on the sad side, knowing that her time is winding down here in the land of teal. But Steph Silva is exactly what the Coyotes want to be, a hard-working kid and comes and gives an all-out effort. And I think at one point Steph she'll realize she's been a building block, not just for this team for this year, but for years to come.
Absolutely. No, I think you said it really well there, Joe. Steph really brings leadership, confidence, and maturity to this young team. And that's going to be sorely missed, but it's key to have players like that who really buy in and shape what the program's future is going to be. So I think you said it excellently.
So Megan Urbanski, sophomore, she's getting the start. She's had limited minutes because she's on a squad that's very guard heavy, but she'll get the start. Joining her, fellow sophomore Steph Silva, as well as fellow sophomore Aisha Ashley, Alana West, a redshirt freshman, and Hannah Williams. So for this team, an opportunity to once again build not just for this game, but for that eventual showdown against Mesa got to lose?
Right.
Go out, go all out, give it 150% and go 150 miles an hour.
Absolutely. Yep. No, this is a chance for the Coyotes to really razzle and dazzle us here tonight, show us what they've got. And Mesa's no easy team either, but Eastern Arizona definitely holds the spot above Mesa, and so this is a great, like you said, preparatory game. And for those girls who are playing in their last home game here, this is an opportunity to really put everything on the court.
Monster, 15th left. 26 straight wins the last 10. They are fully rested after picking the win against Arizona Western. 64-53. Victoria Santana in the running for League Player of the Year in that win. Listen to this stat line. 31-11 and 6. Mary Workman added 10 and Elba Chavez added 8. So this is a very deep Eastern Arizona team. Santana, the league's third leading scorer at 16.5 points a tip. Percentage points behind Coaches Fortune Nagawa and Glendale's Graceland Mez, who leads the league. Santana 6th in rebounding, 88% and 3-point percentage at 27%. 7 steals and 3 games.
Absolutely. No, they've definitely got the makings of a great team. They've got all the pieces, right? They've got the post players, they've got the guards, they've got the shooters. So they've got a great dynamic and team building.
So right now, Quentin Brown on the court, recognizing the sophomores, who touched on his Steph Silva, Andrew Bansky, Aisha Ashley. We'll take a moment to dial in on the flash as he recognizes his super sophomores.
The ups and the downs, she's really been a pleasure to coach. So congratulations, Megan. Thanks, Megan. The next sophomore we'd like to recognize is Aisha Ashley. Aisha is one of her parents. Aisha went to Chile High School, who has a very proud basketball tradition, and she brought a lot of winning ways to our team. She's been a really great post player for us. She's been a big reason that we made the playoffs for 2 years in a row now. I'm really proud of Aisha and all that she's accomplished, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for her. Thanks, Aisha. The last sophomore we'd like to recognize, all the way from Melbourne, Australia, is Steph Silva. Steph has been with our program 2 years as a player and 1 year kind of just hanging out. I don't exactly know what she was doing. She was here in the States hanging out. Long story short, how she got to us, but I'll let her tell that story at another time. She's been incredibly consistent. I think she started every game that she's played in except maybe one. She's going to have a bright future in basketball. She's come every day like the other sophomores and put the work in. And it's been awesome to see her growth and development, not only as a basketball player, but as a leader and as a student and as a young person as well. So super proud of you, Steph. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody.
Right there, sophomores, Steph Silva, Aisha Ashley, and Andrew Bansky recognized here. academically and athletically, setting the tone for what Coach Fletcher Brown is trying to build here, and it's resonated because now the team in the postseason for the second straight year, and those three young ladies are main reasons why, and something that they can always remember and cherish. And they've led the building blocks for this team for future Chandler River squads for successful runs.
Absolutely. Yeah, every coach, builds a culture around their program. And it's usually the older players and leaders of the team that maintain and bring that culture to life. And these players are no exception. They spend time all together every day working hard. And so it's a bittersweet as they move on. And as Coach Fletch says, pursue the next chapter of their basketball journey. It's a sweet thing there, but bitter in the sense they won't be playing here.
So when we talk about these team playing, they're on a tremendous
Wow.
Your size, plus, she's moved down the box, but also stretching the three. But this is a very deep philosophy. Number Chavez drops 12 rebounds. She's 7 field goal percentage of 45%. Waste of 17 and 7 points, 6 rebounds, like 4 almost 48. And so they've got players that just dropped several names, but they got other players that top. There's got 5, 6 points a game, double rebounds, 2 rebounds per game, 2 or 3 assists, and they've got a hierarchy. And those kids are waiting their turn to step on the floor. So this is a very deep and talented team. And Coach DePaulo, who played not just college basketball, she talks about a team that feels that this is by no means a cakewalk game. Their team is aspiring to be the top team in their region. That means home court advantage. And this team that is so good, that is playing so well, I think we know that. Getting a chance to play the postseason on your home court, it's paramount.
Yep. No, that is a big deal when it comes to playoffs. Playing in your home court, having that advantage, not having to go on the road and travel and get that extra wear and tear that you just don't need. And this is an impressive team that I think knows they can take that spot. And we've been talking about it here tonight with leadership on the team. When you've got players putting up points like these players are, with Victoria Santana putting up 16.5 points per game and a few of their other players, that's a standard that the other girls on the team are working towards, and so you start to build that depth. And I mean, just alone, they're holding teams under the 50-point mark at 47.7 points per game on average. I mean, that's an impressive feat for a team.
Highly dynamic offensively, 67 points, shoot 39%. What pound you on the glass? 42 rebounds. So that's look at how big they are. They're about to stretch forward. The bench, they have a lot of length. They've got a lot of size. And they crashed the glass. They also had 14 assists and 9 steals. So these squads met twice last year. The Coyotes losing at home 72-48 and on 74-55. Our announcers, that would be Matt McCurdy, and Rich Cooley, Joe. Our referees for today's game, Mike Gibson, and Jim Tracy. They called numerous games right here at the Patty Center, so we're going to for the national anthem. Keep it locked and loaded right here. Basketball, moments away.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Coyote Center on campus of Chandler Gilbert Community College. And this women's basketball game featuring the visiting Eagle Monsters from Eastern Arizona College. York, Chandler Gilbert, Lady Coyotes. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise if you are able to, and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor our country and those who serve with the pledge of our national anthem.
I'm working. And we are moments away from tipping off the national anthem in the books. Starting lineups about to be mentioned. Now we kind of look at the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference women's basketball standings. We just seen Matt a short time ago. It was November. We were just tipping off, and here we are now in March, and it's going to be the season that truly counts for all these teams that have battled so hard. And that means the postseason and home court advantage of those road teams like Chandler Gilbert having to go on the road and put their big girl pants on and battle and work that much harder. So when we look at the standings, Eastern Arizona, tremendous year. 25-3 overall, 18-3 in the league. They've won 6 straight. Mesa, led by Corey Stevenson, what a great year for the Thunderbirds. 22-5, 17-4. Pima, 22-6, 17-4. Now Mesa is the top seed in Region 1 because they beat Pima 2 out of 3 times in the regular season. Cochise, 20-7, 15-5. Arizona Western, 19-8, 15-5. Scottsdale, 16-10, 12-9. Chandler Gilbert, 8-13, 13-15 overall. Central Arizona, 7-13, 8-18. Yavapai, 5-15, 5-22, and you got Phoenix College, Glendale, and South Mountain on the lower end of the conference. So, Megan Urbanski being introduced, sophomore, getting the start today, and of course, Steph De Silva. And she's got a fan base here. Members of the soccer team in the stands rooting Steph De Silva on, and this is a very tight community here at Chandler Gilbert where you'll see baseball players at the soccer game. You'll see baseball players rooting on the volleyball team and vice versa. You know, it's a very tight group. All the athletes know each other and they support each other, and that's what makes Chandler Gilbert a very great atmosphere. It's a family of athletes, students working on their education, but playing for the pride of Chandler Gilbert, and along the way of being here on this campus, they get very close and build lifelong friendships as well. So now we are moments away. Eastern Arizona taking on Chandler Gilbert.
And no question, right in the post, Gracie Sorensen. And Gracie Sorensen has got some height. 6'4".
No, I was talking
Aisha will jump it.
just in talking to some of the players beforehand, not the girls' player, but the men's players. There was clear comments being made about how Eastern Arizona, they've just got size. They've got tall girls, and they are, and you can see that here on the court.
Coach DePaulo's got players from all over the country, all over the world. A little turnaround by Sorensen. And what a nice touch right there, right?
Absolutely, right over the top.
Placement, right in the middle of the glass, and dropped it home.
Chelsea's practiced that one.
Yeah. It's almost like for Sorensen, that kind of looked like a pop-up shot. A little go to the arcade at Peter Piper and working that touch off the glass.
Pop it right over the top.
De Silva swings it over to Alana West. Alana getting tight defense, and that is what Eastern Arizona brings. Shot won't go. Urbanski tries to track it down. Gila Monsters working up the floor. Elba Chavez, and Chavez has got some great height. On the other end, dumped down to Sorensen. It's swung back out. Kira Noel. Shot is up from the outside. And that shot is up by Santana. Misses her first shot of the day.
And you can see right off the bat, Joe, Eastern Arizona running that 4-out, 1-in offense, letting Gracie Sorensen work that post, play big, get those inside digs so then she can either make it up into the basket or toss it back out for a quick shot.
Almost taken away by Santana. Yazzie swings it over, try to dish it out to Alana West, and a miscommunication. So a turnover by Chandler Gilbert. This one just underway from the Coyote Center. So glad you can join us on a beautiful, picture-perfect day. Baseball team is on the field taking on Glendale. That one was 3-3 early. Adam Perry on the call. The women's softball team also in action. We've got a travel call against the Gila Monsters.
And the one thing the Coyotes are going to need to be careful of playing Eastern Arizona here today is if they can step on defense, we know the Coyotes got good defense. They can lock it down up top. But this Eastern Arizona team, if they get ahead of you, get a quick dive and quick pass into the corner, they will shoot.
Aisha throws it up.
Yes, sir.
Knocks it down. Aisha, fearless from three. And it's a 3-2 Coyotes lead. And look, that's what you want to see today. Play like you got nothing to lose because the Coyotes don't. This is an opportunity for these sophomores to embrace the moment, cherish the opportunity to play one of the best teams in the nation, and maybe pull off a stunner and have that in the feather of their cap and the program's cap in the years to come.
And those are the type of shots that will get them that here today.
West up top, driving in, off the mark, rebounded, worked the other way. Chavez, you see how, and Chavez got away with the travel right there. Needs to say she gets the bucket, but you can tell Elva Chavez has got great height, and she's got great handles. I mean, she could put the ball on the deck, and that was, even though she got away with the travel, it was impressive how she handled the rock in that situation.
And we're seeing some great pace control from these guards from Eastern Arizona. Going, realizing, don't take it right away, pull it back out, and then drive in and get the bucket.
Urbanski up top. Urbanski dishes it out. Steph.
Oof, good move.
Almost has it taken away. And Santana with the steal. Santana open floor. Try to showboat just a tad, and that one won't drop. And Santana laughs it off. West back the other way. West directing traffic, running the point. West swings it out. Aisha knocked down that three early. Almost had it taken away. West in the corner. Catch and shoot opportunity. Didn't take it. She gets bumped. Mary Workman picks up the foul. Our first one in this contest.
I'm really enjoying the pace and the spacing of the Coyotes. They're working a good job keeping their spacing, making good passes, and not letting it get clogged up inside the lanes.
And referee Landon Gibson going over to the scorer's bench to make sure the shot clock is in good working order. Crack staff here at Chandler Gilbert always do a tremendous job. So now we're situated. 17 on the shot clock. De Silva off the inbounds. Swings it out. Williams back to De Silva, being tracked down. Aisha lets it fly from three. Aisha
So close.
just a little short off the front of the iron. Santana up the floor. Santana dumps it down low. Sorensen, little turnaround that time. Off the mark. Aisha with the rip. De Silva racing up the floor. Step De Silva. Backing Santana down in the post. Dishes it out. Urbanski had the shot for a split second. Being chased by Chavez. Urbanski fires it up. Off the mark. And Mary Workman stepped down in the baseline. So Chandler Gilbert, another opportunity. And here they are, the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes, hanging in, strong. Playing some good defense on the other side, holding their own and making Eastern Arizona work. Jalen Nacio about to check in. And we saw Jalen have a nice game just last weekend. Really showed her offensive ability against Mesa with a nice, strong afternoon. Hopefully we see that same kind of aggressive effort in her part today. Nacio will let it fly. That one just a little too strong, but a good look. Sorensen rips it down.
And those are the type of shots we want to see from the Coyotes early on. Getting it out, getting it over there, and getting their touch on.
Mary Workman with a little turnaround.
Good rebound.
Williams pulls it in. Urbanski tracked down by Santana.
Oof.
Urbanski trapped in the corner. Gets it over to De Silva. De Silva with Chavez getting the defensive assignment. Swings it over to Urbanski. 10 on the shot clock. And that's a bailout foul, and Megan Urbanski will take that every time. That's Santana's first. And Jim Traber coming over to Angela DiPaolo for an explanation on the foul. 17 the shot clock. Alana West gives it up top. De Silva being tracked down by Santana. Nacio picks up the loose ball. Nacio. And Nacio draws the foul. Ticky-tack version against Kira Noel, but right now the Coyotes are doing a nice job, and they're utilizing the clock.
Yeah, Coyotes doing a good job, especially switching up the ball movement, bringing a screen up top, and opening up the lanes.
Jalen at the line, she'll shoot a pair. 57% free throw shooter. Checking in, Sarah Dang, as well as number 24, Ashlyn Charlson. Sarah Dang, one of those great bench players, putting up 8, 4, and 2. Charlson puts up 6, 5, and 1. Just not a lot of drop-off on this team in Eastern Arizona, and that gives Coach DiPaolo a lot of flexibility in everything she does.
Yeah, when you've got a great depth to your bench, it really becomes a dangerous factor as you play these teams. You can rotate, you can keep the bench fresh, and give them more opportunities to play, and just open up your scoring a lot more.
Nacio connects on 1 and 2. Dang works it. Swung over. Putting on the deck, driving in. Good drive. Just wouldn't go for Santana, but you love the move and extending the arm, trying to reach around off the glass. You can tell very creative off the dribble as well, and got a good shot from the outside. Gila Monsters with possession, Dang off the inbound. Swings it out to Santana. Tries to dump it down low. And that is up, and it counted.
Wow. Great court vision from Santana on that downward look.
Lainey Dolan. And Dolan with an opportunity on the three-point play. And Santana, once again, great recognition. Puts up 4 assists a game. And that one is a drop, but underneath, Gila Monsters showing their worth. And remains with the purple and gold. A 6-4 Gila Monsters lead. Chavez inside. Chavez couldn't connect underneath. Another opportunity, fires it up. And we talk about the Gila Monsters. They put up 40-plus rebounds a game. This is a team, they are built for the postseason by how tough they pound the glass. And you play great defense, as you alluded to earlier, Matt, and you pound the glass. That's a recipe for success, and that's why they have this incredible regular season record. As Marlene Lanahan, one of our favorites, comes over and says hello. You look at Eastern Arizona, 18-3, 25-3 record overall. As that first one is missed by Charleston. They've won 6 straight, 8-2 in their last 10.
And it's clear, you know, Eastern Arizona clearly is a backboard powerhouse. They know that they can get the height. They're towering over some of their opponents and bring it back down.
Jalen Nacio connects on a 3. Coyotes with a 7-6 advantage. And you know what, Matt, you and I have been pleading all season. Worked underneath as Charleston that will shoot a pair as Hannah Williams draws the foul. We have been pleading for some of these Coyotes players just to believe in their offensive skill.
Right.
And not always continue to pass and dish out. And we saw Jalen with a very good effort against Mesa, and we see it today. She's coming out aggressive and believing she can score the basketball, and she's got 4 quick points.
Right, absolutely. And we've been talking, and like you said, Joe, we've been talking about this progression from day one, game one to now, and the skill set that each individual player has built. And now is the game where those skills need to come together all as a team and put forth that energy to put buckets on the board.
So Charleston hits 2 of 2. Gila Monsters up 8-7. Close contest. Chandler Gilbert with nothing to lose. They punched their ticket. Region 1 playoffs started tomorrow. They'll take on Mesa. And they call the foul on Sherrill Yazzie.
Looks like a little bit of a hook on that screen as the two tangled up arms and a little bit of a holding call.
Santana catching check so far in the running for League Player of the Year. All kinds of offers. From UTEP, New Mexico State, University of San Francisco, and that could be an offensive foul, and that's exactly the call. Dolan picks that up.
And Aisha Ashley is going to be playing a key role here tonight, just like you saw there, being smart. You know, she doesn't necessarily have the same height advantage as some of these Eastern Arizona players, but she knows how to work that post. She knows how to defend the post, and you're seeing that here tonight from Aisha Ashley.
8-7. Gila Monsters on top. Chandler Gilbert hanging around. Dolan with the near steal. Dolan, tight defense on West. De Silva up top. Picked up by Santana. Aisha. Charleston on her. And Aisha gets lost going to the rack, and it's going the other way. And as you see Eastern Arizona, you can see why they're so good. They just got tremendous length and height. I mean, they can guard the perimeter so well. They come off screens up top so well, and they extend. There is no lack of effort on their part.
Right. Yeah, they keep the energy alive. They're very quick. They move well, and they know how to use that size to their advantage.
Sherrill Yazzie in the contest. Sherrill putting up 6-4-2. De Silva, nice move down low. Almost lost the handle, kicks it out. Yazzie with an opportunity. Just off the front of the iron. And West and Dolan in a battle. And I love the hustle by Alana in that middle amongst the forest, and she rips one down.
And I'll tell you, Joe, that's something you see from Alana consistently. Her in the middle of the pileup, pulling it down, grabbing the jump ball, but putting up an effort, even though she doesn't necessarily have that same height advantage. Like you said, she's got some girls towering over. She will put up a fight.
Alana swings it out to Nacio, who's picked up by Sarah Dang.
Woo!
How about Jalen Nacio?
Oh my goodness.
Another 3. She's got 7, and the Coyotes with a 10-8 lead. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from Jalen Nacio.
Jalen clearly seeing her potential, stepping into it, and taking those shots.
And Sarah Dang gets called for the travel. And that Coyotes bench, a lot of energy, and there's a timeout on the floor. A 30-second timeout called by Coach Angela DePaulo. And Matt, right now, if you're Coyotes Nation, you're feeling good about this one. There's energy, there's effort, great offensive execution, and Jalen Nasio coming out with 7 first-quarter points.
Absolutely. And we talked about this last game when we saw her here on the home court. Jalen Nasio really stepping into the player we've known she can be and the potential she has. And last game we talked about, Joe, the other team members, they just didn't come with that same energy. But tonight, they're here, they're playing, they're matching that energy, and they're playing as a team. And that's what we're seeing here tonight on the board.
Jalen, regular season, putting up 3, 2, and 1, shooting 34%, 16% from 3. Look, sometimes belief's half the battle. And she's believing she can be an offensive force. We saw that last week against Mesa. We're seeing it right here. And I love to see that because here's a young lady Coach Fletcher Brown's going to be counting on next year to be producing offensively. And you see, and Alana West draws contact.
The contact.
And that is against Victoria Santana. That's her second.
And for those who watching on the live stream online, you may not be able to see to this detail, but that shot from Jalen Nasio was not close to the three-point line. It was several feet away. So she's taking deep threes, trusting her abilities, and putting that ball in the hoop.
Alana West at the line. Nice. Smooth stroke for Alana, who's a 71% free throw shooter, putting up 8, 3, and 1 in her redshirt season. And Alana connects on both. And that's a good sign for the Coyotes to hit their free throws. In a potential upset, you have to do everything right. And so far, the Coyotes are answering, and they're checking off all the boxes. Dang up top.
Good ball motion.
Good defense by Alana West. Rotates well on Dang. 5 on the shot clock. Dallin fires it up and buries a 3. Wow. That was a patient possession. And Lainey Dallin knocks down the 3. She's got 5 points.
An absolute fantastic ball movement from Eastern Arizona on that last play. And right at the last second when you thought maybe they were just running out of ideas, they shoot the shot. And CGCC answers back.
And Sherelle Yazzie cans the 3. 15-11. Dumped down the blocks. Charleston looks like she took a step first. Taken away by the Coyotes. Yazzie up the floor. Yazzie over to Alana West. West. Aisha. He's got some space. Puts it on the deck.
Good move.
A little too strong off the glass.
That was close.
Eastern Arizona. Chavez the other way. Chavez, little Euro step and in. Good transition basket. She's got 4. And the Coyotes will play for the final shot. 15-13.
And that'll be the contact.
Try to work that sideline to her advantage against Alana West. Picks up her second personal. And Alana will go to the line. As the Coyotes are in the bonus. So far, script, Hollywood script in perfect form. The question is, will we have a Hollywood ending for Chandler Gilbert as that one rolls in and out?
Coach Fletch Brown doing a good job keeping the energy alive, keeping his girls inside the game, and helping them realize this is the only moment that matters right here, right now.
So Alana misses on both. Dang sweeps it forward. Dallin lets it fly.
Ooh.
And they call the foul on Jalen Nasio. That's a situation, as you look back at that, it looked like Dallin took a first step without the dribble.
A little bit of a travel before the foul.
And look, by no means are Matt and I homers. We call it how we see it on the court, but it looked like Dallin took the first step, and she got away with one there.
Yeah.
Dallin knocks down the first, and she's come out of the gates and having a fine game. Already 6 points and 2 or 3 from the line. Connects on the second with an opportunity at 3-point play. 0.7 seconds left on the clock, and Dolan really doing a nice job at the line. Great execution there. Nacio at the buzzer, fires it up, and just off the mark. And right now, Jalen Nacio feels she can do just about anything on the court. And literally, Matt, that's about a foot away from sinking it from half court.
Yes. She keeps shooting like that, well, we're going to see a lot more from Jalen Nacio here tonight.
So, Matt, as we absorb this first period, a very good one for the Coyotes. So look, they're taking on one of the best teams in Division I. And Jalen Nacio came out and really set the tone. 7 first period points. Cheryl Yazzie connect on 3. Aisha Ashley connect on 3. 4 threes for the Coyotes in that first period.
Absolutely. No, this team is hungry. They want to be here. They want to play. And that, Joe, you know, we're sitting here next to the Eastern Arizona bench. You can tell there's a little frustration. They know they are the in-ranking better team and that they should be pulling ahead and winning this game. They're only ahead by 1 point. That's after what may have been a iffy call, like we talked about, getting the free throws up. And congrats to her putting those 3 free throws down to get the lead. But the Coyotes are showing up and showing off, and both are battling out for this win.
Angela DePaulo just ripped into our team. They're literally about 5 to 10 feet away from us, and she just tore into her team because if the playoffs start today, Eastern Arizona is the top seed in their region. But look, everything they do here on out is playoff setting, right? And they cannot afford a bad outing here to transcend on to playing bad basketball on their home court, and then they get bounced out of the playoffs and feel the frustration, disappointment of having the opportunity to go to the national tournament, but was upset on their own court by playing bad basketball that started right here at Chandler Gilbert. So she just ripped into her team as Sarah Dang works it over to Chavez. Chavez lets it fly from long range. That's off the mark. Tracked down by Mary Workman. Dolan swings it out to Workman. Over to Chavez. Down low. Good ball movement by Eastern Arizona. That's flown up. Dang underneath. They're going to call the foul against Chandler Gilbert as Dang hits the court hard. And Jalen Nacio, that's her second foul. And Sarah Dang really hit the court hard, but you can tell there's good intensity on both sides. And Chandler Gilbert really brings some physicality as Kaden Cosgrove checks in. And Kaden, Kaden has shown this year that she can do more than just shoot it from 3. She's putting a 4-2-1 as Chavez off the inbounds will work it up to Mary Workman. Workman swings it out to Dolan. Dolan, that time, did put it on the deck. Didn't take the first step. Dang. Over to Workman, who fires it up from 3. And that's off the mark and underneath. And that is just a battle. And nothing you can do right there as Ashton Charleston reaches over. Urbanski backing up the game on the other end. And right now, the Coyotes just need to answer the call. Lana West got her by Dolan. 13 on the shot clock. West
good look.
Williams. Williams too tough off the glass. Charleston pulls it down. Workman speedy up the court. Swings out to Dolan. Dolan once again might have got away with the step.
A little bit of a shuffle there.
Chavez on the deck. And Chavez bounces it off the glass.
And that's something that the Coyotes are going to have to be careful about tonight is getting those situations where it's a battle of height. They don't have the height advantage, so they need to stay out of that as best they can.
Yazzie almost turned it over. West picks up the loose change. Dolan on her. 14 on the shot clock. Now Eastern Arizona is really bringing the length, and they're really tightening up the defense. And I love the shot by Yazzie off the mark. Taken away by Dolan. DePaulo pleading to her team to run and gun. Charleston swings it out to Workman. Workman short. Charleston is there. And right now, Ashlyn Charleston using that size, that height, that length. She imposed her will on a basket a short time ago, reaching over the smaller defender, and that time was in perfect position, banked it off the glass, and now it's Eastern Arizona coming out of the gates on a 6-0 run.
And you know, Joe, if I'm Coach Fletcher Brown, I'm putting Aisha Ashley back in that post position. She was doing a great job blocking out the height from Eastern Arizona, and you can see some of that. She just has the experience. She's one of the older players. She knows how to play against these taller girls who have the height advantage, and work her body in a way to keep them away from those rebounds and just that extra pressure that they need to maintain the point differentiation.
So Ashlyn Charleston is from Pima High School, putting up 6'5" and 1, a freshman, shooting 36%, 20% from three. But you can tell she's really imposed her will early and has really been monumental in the Gila Monsters making a little bit of this second period run. And she's on the court right now. Hannah Williams has the assignment. No question. You bring up a good point, Matt, that right now the Coyotes have got to be able to block out Charleston and not let her navigate it and have her way down low in the blocks. Caden almost throws it away, Urbanski. And that's going to be a tip, and that's a good call by referee London.
Good
Gator.
take.
Williams, and Williams cranks it off the glass. 22-17, Coyotes hanging around. Love to see it. Workman and the Gila Monsters. Of course, they're decked out in the purple and gold. Coyotes in the home white and teal. Sarah Dang, couple moves, swings in the corner. Chavez will let it fly from three. Chavez off the mark. Sherelle Yazzie racing up the court. Gets the offensive call from Coach Fletcher Brown. Gets the high screen. And Sherelle misses from three. But you know what? You got to take the shot.
Absolutely.
Got to take the shot. You got to have that opportunity.
You know, and that's what the first half's really about. It's about getting your shot warmed up, getting those good looks. Do it early, right? Better to do it early, take those chances, than later in the game. Gotta love the defense from the Coyotes on this end, doing a great job holding that zone and giving them pressure on the shot. I mean, that's really what the zone's weakness is. If you don't move quickly, they're going to find open looks. So they've done a good job shuffling and keeping in front of it.
The big thing, too, for the Coyotes, you can connect in a couple threes. Maybe Eastern Arizona has to start working the perimeter a little bit more, and then it opens up the post for them later in the game. Workman, good decision to pull it back out. Chavez dumps it down to Charleston, and Charleston, as we talked about, has been such a force. Ball on the deck, Coyotes. And they finally, there's a call against Dahlin, who you and I have talked about it several occasions. It looked like she's taken an extra step here and there that she's got away with. This time, the call on Dahlin. 6:40 left in the first half. Coyotes trailing 22-17. Good crowd on hand. Senior day right here at Chandler Gilbert. Aisha Ashley, Steph De Silva, Megan Urbanski playing their final regular season home games. De Silva kicks it out. Aisha lets it fly. Aisha off the mark. Chavez tracks it down in the corner. Chavez, great ball skills. Dang puts it on the deck. Dang right into Charleston. And they call the offensive against Dang.
And once again, Aisha actually just showing her knowledge of the post, knowing when to set that charge to get the call and manage to save themselves from getting extra points on the board.
But you can tell Charleston is going to be a big-time player for this team. She's got great touch around the basket, and she's got great height. Hannah Williams up top, brought it by Chavez. They dump it down to Aisha. Aisha loses the handle. Dang. Has the Gila Monsters running. Dahlin misses underneath. Williams pulls it down. And they call the foul against Chavez. That's her first.
You know, that's going to be the interesting thing about the game here tonight is the foul calls and what happens there, because Eastern Arizona, we've talked about, they've got the size advantage, they've got the height, and so CGCC is going to be trying to push against them, get the stops, and sometimes that leads to fouls when you don't have that advantage. But we've seen here, there's some equal fouls happening for Eastern Arizona College.
Now it's up for Chandler Gilbert to have a good offensive possession and just draw a little bit closer. Workman, good defense on Urbanski. Cosgrove tracked down by Dahlin. Williams, Chavez right in her bug and knocked out of bounds. And Eastern Arizona, we kind of talked about it, is the Coyotes trailing by one after one, 16-15. Coyotes only one bucket here in the second period, so Eastern Arizona has really ramped things up, playing tighter on the perimeter and not giving the Coyotes that free opportunity. Shot is up. Cosgrove, partially tipped. Shot clock violation against the Coyotes, and that right there is, if Eastern Arizona is going to work that much harder in the perimeter, Coyotes can't be afraid to put it on the deck, dribble, and look for someone inside to get a good look down in the paint.
Well, the Coyotes really favoring that right side a lot here in this first half. If you start looking, that left side's a little more open. It is the non-dominant side for many, but they need to work that left side equally.
Ella Chavez with the three. She's now got 9 points. Good offensive execution by the Gila Monsters. Chavez. We have 12, 5, and 1. De Silva misses from 3. Coach DePaulo right in front of us telling her team to put it in gear. Sarah Dang lets it go. And they call the offensive foul against Charleston. Waved the basket off. And Charleston getting an explanation from London Gailey, the referee.
And some frustration from Eastern Arizona on some of the fouls being called. Once again, there's a height and size difference between these two teams. Coyotes doing a good job using that to their advantage right now.
Aisha battling against Charleston down in the post. Coyotes with an opportunity to draw a little closer, only trailing 24-17. We're facing the 15th ranked team in D1. Cosgrove almost lost a handle. De Silva thought about it for a split second. Aisha up top. Tries to work down low, taken away by Dolan. Dolan, Dang on the wing, Dang. Misses, but Dolan will follow it up. Laney Dolan having a game and then some.
And that's going to be a challenge for the Coyotes. Aisha Ashley's had that ball picked from her several times just from the length of number 24 on Eastern Arizona College.
Urbanski.
Ashlyn Carson.
Cosgrove. Turnaround.
Wow.
Dolan with a great defense. Carlson rips it down. And right now the Coyotes on a scoring drought. Only one basket in this field goal. Only one field goal in this second period for the Coyotes. So some substitutions for the Coyotes. Jordan Zachary checking in. Lana West back in as well. Zachary putting up 4 points in her freshman season. Elba Chavez will pull it out. Mary Workman. Good ball movement. Sorensen kicks it out. Dolan on the deck. Goes into traffic. Eastern Arizona wanted the foul. And they call the foul against Chavez. And right now there's a frustration from the Eastern Arizona bench, which is located literally 5 to 10 feet away from us, that there is a foul disparity in this one. De Silva. Now there's an offensive foul. And that'll go against Cheryl Yazzie, her second. 26-17. Coyotes after a really good first period.
And the nice part too, Joe, is they're really still in this game. It's not a big lead. Coyotes are doing a great job keeping up, keeping pace.
Sorensen misses underneath. Shot won't go. Sorensen puts it back up. And the purple and gold will hold the possession. And for the Coyotes, they're going a little smaller, trying to play quick. Dahlman up top. Dahlman down the lane. And one. Dahlman, great aggressive move.
Very impressed from Dawn with the long stride. She's able to pick up that ball and take 2 big steps. I mean, I think she was taking those steps from above the free throw line, Joe, on that dive, which is not something you see every day.
She's got 12 points. Make that 13. And we got a full timeout. So, Matt, a great first period for the Coyotes. Trailing only 16-15 in that first period. We saw 4 threes, and now the well is dry. Hannah Williams with a bucket, and that's been it for the team in the second period.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Coyotes, what's been working, stretch them out, right? Really make them come out to you and then cut in, get that inside look. If not that, you're moving the ball around, getting those open shots. They've been hitting great three-pointers from the outside. I keep doing that. It's working. Some key players there, Jalen Ignacio hitting some great threes, Aisha Ashley, and Cheryl Yazzie just putting down some great points already. So, and Alana West doing some great things, driving in, drawing fouls. So spread it out, take the cuts, and if not there, take those shots.
And that's the big thing. You talk about taking the cuts. Right now, we're seeing a lot of stagnation from the Coyotes offensively. A ball will go in the hands of an offensive player, and they'll hold on to it. Put it on the deck, move, create, and then shoot it out to an open shooter or dump it down low. Right now, it's almost like they get the ball and they're frozen.
Yep.
In a sense of like indecisiveness,
right.
Or maybe even a sense of, you don't want to say fear, but needs to say not being aggressive enough to take that ball, put it on the deck, and make it a good aggressive move, either going to the rim or dishing it back out, but holding on to the ball and kind of looking around and eating up 4 or 5 seconds. And that's what we've seen. We've seen bad possession after bad possession from the lack of cutting, moving, and being decisive with the ball.
Well, and the points we did see going, Joe, from Jalen and some of these other, Cheryl, they were taking the ball and releasing, right? It was a quick shot. It was coming off good, not taking the time to think about it and let it stagnate.
Dolan with Jordan Zachary.
Good pass.
De Silva. Couple spin
good
moves.
move. Oh.
And Steph can't get it to go. But that was a great effort by Steph De Silva. Eastern Arizona. Mary Workman racing up the floor. Shoots in the corner. Dolan has been on fire in this game with 12 points. She'll swing it up top. Mary Workman will let it fly. Workman off the mark. De Silva pulls it down. De Silva. Down low on the block. Steph, little floater, won't go. Workman takes it away. Mary Workman. A force for Eastern Arizona. A sophomore from Lebanon, Oregon. And underneath, Gracie Sorensen. And Sorensen, 7, 6, and 1, a sophomore. That height advantage really a factor for Eastern Arizona as the lead is now up to 14.
And that's the down low post action that we've been talking about, where they got to be careful not to get stuck in that one-on-one situation between Gracie Sorensen and Hannah. Down low in the post.
Cheryl Yazzie won't go. Sorensen rips it down. Workman, and right now Angela DePaulo just told Mary Workman to slow it down and work on having a good possession. Underneath, kick out, Dolan
wide open,
all alone, and she is rolling in and out of the rim. And that's going to be possession for Chandler Gilbert.
And really, Joe, we've talked about Coyotes really just need to start scoring. They've been doing a good job playing good, solid defense. Need to make sure they stay out of some of those tricky spots where they know the advantages are to Eastern Arizona, but they got to start scoring. They got to put some points on the board.
Absolutely. Only one bucket in this second period. Williams, 8 on the shot clock. De Silva working the lane.
Good move.
Steph.
Yes.
Gets that to go. Steph De Silva, her first bucket of this one.
And that's something I love about Steph is the adjustments she makes. She's been driving in, trying to find that touch. The last few, she hasn't had quite the distance over that height. That last one, she shoves off, gives a little bump, gets the space she needs.
Mary Workman, Sorensen, won't go. And that is going to do it for the first half. It's going to be the visiting Gila Monsters with a 31-19 halftime lead, and leading the way, Lainey Dolan off the bench, and Dolan, a sophomore, putting up 5, 3, and 1. She's come to play in her sophomore day, and she's leading the pack for the Gila Monsters with 12 points.
Yeah, right now, if I'm looking at this game, 2 big things are standing out to me. One, when Gracie Sorensen's in the game, she's a great post player. She doesn't have nearly the speed or the agility as Ashlyn Clarkson. I hope I'm saying her name right. Number 24, Ashlyn Clarkson. Ashlyn's got the height. She's got a little more speed. And so the Coyotes, when Ashlyn's in the game, I'd be working more of that 3-point game, getting it out, shooting the shots. And when Gracie Sorensen's in the game, box her out, get the rebounds, going hard towards the hoop.
So we look at some positives for Chandler Gilbert. Jalen Nasio really came out in that first period. A couple threes, she's got 7 points, and she really building off an aggressive outing that she had against Mesa last Saturday and showing she's a very capable offensive player.
Absolutely. Yeah, Jalen Nasio. If I'm Coach Fletch Brown, she's an energizer. She gets in that game, she brings energy to the floor and gets the team going on the court. And we saw that with those 3 points early on in the game. And what you gotta love is this team clearly has the chemistry. Once one starts going, they start to feed off of that. So she's going to be crucial, I think, in this game, bringing that energy and that intensity to the game.
So Nasio with 7, Yazzie with 3, Aisha Ashley knocked down a 3, Hannah Williams, Alana West, Stephanie Silva with 2 apiece. So right now you get the men's squads on the court. And for Chandler Gilbert, they are coming off a tough road loss to Phoenix College, one in which they lost their best player, Andre Harris, who was booted out of that game. So now he's going to be out here for the next 2 games. So Andre Harris will not be on the floor against Eastern Arizona. And Matt, that essentially means other players have got to step up.
Absolutely. And we've seen this before, Joe. When the Cows have been in a pinch, they've lost key players that we've normally seen on most nights. They step up to the court, they take the shots, they work as a team, and I don't think that's going to be any different here tonight. It's a tough loss losing to Andre Harris. He's a great player in the running for Player of the Year in the conference, and he brings a lot of value to their team. So that's something we were not hoping for, and we look forward to him rejoining us on the court. But Kyle's got to do what they do best, which is take care of business and leave it all out on the floor. This is a great game. They're playing the Division I number 1 seed, so this is the time to really kind of see where do they rank.
Well, Eastern Arizona has clinched the regular season title, conference title. It's the first conference championship since 2007 after the Coyotes lost at Phoenix College. We all thought that game, today's game, would be the game for the regular season title. So now for the Coyotes, look, okay, the regular season title no longer in your grasp, but now you are essentially still have the shot for the 1 seed. So regardless if Andre Harris is on the court or not, mission at hand for the team. And then, of course, they wrap up the regular season at Yavapai. So big games coming up between the Gila Monsters and the Coyotes on the men's side. We'll take a short time out for the Coyote Center. The women trailing the 15th ranked Gila Monsters, 31-19. More to come right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network.
I don't think Jalen's played much the second quarter here. Weird. I thought she still really hit it, so. Right. And it's also like when I get the ball, dribble, do something, but the other people on the court are allowed to unset a screen or make a cut if you're right there because they're just standing there hoping for or at least shove off and get some space. But yeah, they got to keep that pace going.
So we are closing in on the second half between Chandler Gilbert and the 15th ranked Eastern Arizona Gila Monsters. And Laney Dolan leading the Gila Monsters with 12 off the bench. Coyotes with a great first period, Matt. Trailed 16-15 went ice cold with only 4 second period points, and obviously they got to generate some more offensive opportunities.
No, I think you said it great, Joe. I mean, Coyotes came out strong, really putting points up on the board in the first quarter, and in the second, still doing a great job on defense, holding Eastern Arizona College from really putting tons of points on the board in that second quarter, but they got to convert on the offense. They got to put points on the board, and they can't let the pace of the game slow that down. They got to stay active, cut, move together, and convert into points.
Starters back on the floor for Eastern Arizona. Barry Workman, Victoria Santana, Elva Chavez, Kira Noel, and Gracie Sorensen. On the other side, starters Megan Urbanski, Aisha Ashley, Hannah Williams, Steph Da Silva, and Alana West. Coyotes looking for their 14th win of the season. Aisha down low. Aisha going strong. And a smooth move over Sorensen. Aisha. And that's what you want to see. We want to see some get that ball down the blocks and give their posts an opportunity. Not be locked up at three, but be decisive and be instinctive and set up the offense quickly. Chavez shoots it out. Workman. Santana puts it on the floor. Santana. Shot is up. Off the mark. Hannah Williams. Alana West and Coach DePaulo not happy that Santana did not get the call. West, high off the glass, won't go. Da Silva try to track it down. Workman comes away with it. Workman surveying the court. Swings it over. Chavez. Dumps it down low to Sorensen. Sorensen, a nice smooth move. And she's got 6 points.
And that's the danger of Gracie Sorensen right there, that ability to just quickly exchange from getting the pass to put it into the basket.
Big thing when Sorensen's down the block. She gets that deep in the post. The defenders got to get their hands up. Aisha going underneath. Aisha trapped by Sorensen. Swings it back out to Silva. 4 on the shot clock. Aisha will let it fly from 3. That's off the mark, and that'll be a shot clock violation for Chandler Gilbert.
And that's a tough shot to be coming off of. I mean, Aisha playing against Gracie Sorensen, really putting a lot of energy into battling it down in the post and then popping out for the 3. That's a long shot to put back to back.
8:32 left in this third period. So glad you can join us right here from Chandler Gilbert. Very busy day on campus. Sorensen kicks it out. Mary Workman lets it fly from 3. A little too strong.
Good grab.
Aisha grabs it out. Alana West. West swings it out. Urbanski with a good look. Urbanski, 15 on the shot clock. Swings it out to Hannah Williams in the corner. Williams lets it fly.
Good shot.
Hannah, elbow. Good look and connect. She's got 4 points.
And that's the thing we need to see here tonight. When those open opportunities happen, it's a quick window, but you got to take those.
Off the mark, Workman shoots it over to Kira Noel. Workman gets it right back, dumps it down to Sorensen. Little turnaround, Sorensen. Almost automatic. Once again, it's almost as if, once again, playing a little pop-a shot when she gets that deep in the post, but the defender has got to get the hands up.
Absolutely.
Right now, Sorensen, she gets that deep in the post. All she's doing is turning around. She's right in the middle, Matt, so it's not like she's got to work hard. It's just a nice, soft, straight on point. Look at the rim, and she's connecting on every single one. Aisha.
Wow.
Aisha and one.
Aisha.
Strong move
With
by
the body.
Aisha.
And that's sign of talent of Aisha Ashley's. Under that extreme pressure with fouls coming on top of you, she's still able to work it around and put the ball in the hoop.
And I love what I'm seeing from Aisha going aggressive, but I'm also loving that Chandler Gilbert, and we've talked about this, you and I talked about this at the break, they have to be decisive and quick, and they can't be locked up on the perimeter. And Chavez gliding to the rack. What a move by Elva Chavez.
A little Euro step, exchanges to the other hand. Beautiful.
She now has 11. Urbanski. Urbanski gets called for the travel. Had the elbow, let it up, but what we're seeing, better execution from Chandler Gilbert, getting the ball down in the post and giving their post an opportunity to make some plays, and we've seen that with Aisha with 4 third-period points, and Aisha now with 10 in this one.
And you got to appreciate Aisha Ashley's willingness to not back down. I mean, she's not necessarily the tallest girl on this court today, but she is putting in the effort. She's fighting against some of these taller, more towering girls and making it happen.
Sorensen tied up by De Silva. Purple and gold with possession. Urbanski checking out. Cheryl Yazzie checking in.
Looks like a little bit of an emotions flaring on the court there in that last exchange as they start to get here in the third quarter, and typically this is where tempers flare.
Chavez.
Good dish.
Santana having a rough afternoon. Has yet to connect.
And you know, it's been interesting to watch Santana here today, Joe, where some of these open looks where she's had a wide open shot or inside, she'll wait and then try to go in a little bit deeper and actually throw herself off from getting the point. So that's been interesting to watch.
Cheryl Yazzie with some physicality underneath. And the Coyotes are in this one, only down 12. Williams, strong move.
Wow.
Inside.
Love to see
Blown
that.
Up. De Silva can't connect. Sorensen to Santana. Got the engines going. Workman thought about it. Fires it up from 3. Off the iron. Yazzie pulls it down. Santana almost picked up a loose ball foul. Yazzie up the middle of the floor.
All the
right
way.
Through Chavez.
Ooh.
And Chavez
No
with the
contact
block.
on that.
But once again, I love the aggressiveness by Cheryl Yazzie. Attack, attack, attack. You got one defender to beat. Never know what could happen.
And we've seen that from multiple people tonight. Hannah Williams on that last play, driving in, putting her shoulder down, and then whipping it around to Steph De Silva.
De Silva shoots it up. Jalen, a little too strong, but a good look. He was on point, just a little too strong. Workman, Chavez, Kira Newell, that's long from 3.
And truthfully, that's really Jalen's first shot since the first quarter. So it's been several minutes since she's really been in the game, shooting shots. That'll hopefully be the first of many.
Second foul, Alana West. Santana off the inbounds. Swings it out to Sorensen. Sorensen to Workman. Workman. Chavez. Santana lets it fly from 3. Connects the first bucket of the game. And you knew it was just a matter of time before Victoria Santana got going. West down low. Fires it up. Soft roll by Alana West. She's got 4 points.
Put them in the
40
spin
to
cycle.
27. Chavez, Workman, Santana long range. That's off the mark. Alana pulls it down. And Kira Noel picks up the foul. Looks like Kira Noel looked like she had a little bit of an injury, and she's walking off her course on her own accord, and that's always a good thing. Safety is the most paramount thing in any contest.
It looks like potential, a little bit of extension potentially, and that's what can pull her off. Take a look at her. Hopefully she'll be able to rejoin the game.
Workman with some tight defense on Lana West. De Silva picked up by Santana. 15 on the shot clock. De Silva off the screen from Aisha. Aisha thought about it for a split second.
Take the lane.
Big body.
Yep.
With Sorensen on her.
Nice. Oof, good movement though.
Santana tracks it down. But once again, Aisha with a strong move. Got past Sorensen. The basket was there for her taking. Just missed underneath. Sarah Dang now in. Shoots it over to Workman. Workman swings it back out to Chavez. Chavez. And they call a foul on Steph De Silva.
That's a tough one. You know, that happens when you're getting tangled up in the drive and they switch directions for a floater. Usually you're going to draw a foul.
Dallin and Charleston checking back in. Dallin with a great first half off the bench with 12 points. Charleston lets it fly from 3. And I got to tell you,
oh my.
Ashlyn Charleston is a scary player. Look, now we're checking some stats on Ashlyn Charleston. She's had limited opportunities from 3, and that's her.
When you got a player with that height who can bully in the post, drive into the lane, and then pop out and shoot the 3, you're looking at a triple threat. And her getting some serious kudos from her team coming off that deep 3 shot by Ashlyn Carlson. She's having a tremendous game here tonight. Playing that post position, putting the Cats in some serious trouble down in the post as she can just tower over and pull them off the board. But then that impressive 3-point shot, I mean, especially when you got that height, that's a tough shot to block.
She's only taken 5 threes before that one, hitting 1 of 5, but she connects on there. So now she's 33% from the floor, and we've already seen her touch underneath. I mean, she's almost automatic when she has a good look, looking straight at the basket. But if she has the ability to stretch the floor like that, you're talking about a player that's going to get several D1 looks along the way.
Well, and as a freshman player to boot, you know, she's up and coming to this team. You can tell she's on the build, and she's a scary talent for sure.
43-27. Coyotes with some work to do. Alana West. Aisha picked up by Charleston. Gets the screen.
Good jumper.
Aisha too strong up the back of the iron.
Yes.
I'm going to call Sherelle Yazzie for the foul. Good hustle effort by Sherelle. She picks up her third, but look, got to applaud the active hands, and that's what the Coyotes need to do. They got to scrap and claw.
Absolutely. I'm okay with that foul. That was something that was going to happen to anyone if you're going in there and you're trying to make a steal.
Sarah Dang shoots it over to Santana. Santana swings it over to Chavez. Nacio on Chavez. They work inside of Charleston. And
Wow.
Charleston, little roll around the rim, and Charleston drops it. Ooh, Charleston continues to be
snag,
impressive.
Santana.
And Santana underneath.
And that'll be a foul on Shirley Yazzie as they tried to pass in the ball. Santana putting on the quick defense, grabbing the snag, and Shirley putting up the block but getting the foul called.
And what about the game for Ashlyn Charleston? Now with 11 points. Santana at the line, a 61% free throw shooter.
And that was definitely one of those fouls that Shirley Yazzie just couldn't have tonight in that game. I mean, she's already at, I think that's her 4th foul in the game. So putting herself in a bit of a tricky spot. Shirley Yazzie, a great player on the court, someone the Coyotes need out here as they play against Eastern Arizona.
It's going to be a complete team effort to try to pull this one off as Santana connects on both. She's got 5 points, one leading scorers in the league. Quiet first half, she's picked it up. Kaden Cosgrove now in, being chased by Santana. Cosgrove can stretch the floor with a 3. Back
Good
to
look.
Alana. Alana can't connect underneath. Ripped down by Santana. Santana up top, swings it over to Chavez. Chavez on the deck, and we call Chavez for the travel.
And you know, Joe, we're not the refs here in this game, but I would have probably given that foul call to Alana West on that last play. She clearly had a little bit of body on her. She was going in. Seemed like she was thrown off balance by a push, so hard to say.
Jordan Zachary now in the ball game. She's got 4 points, averages 4 per contest, I should say. De Silva up top, being tracked down by Santana. Jalen not getting a lot of space after connecting on some threes in that first half. De Silva working underneath, and this is what we kind of talked about. Kaden Cosgrove, good look.
Good look.
But that's the execution we're talking about. Dribble, penetrate, force it, and then dish it out. And that was a good offensive execution by the Coyotes.
And I love the quick release from Kaden Cosgrove.
Charleston, little move, and Charleston and 1. And what a game Ashlyn Charleston's having. Opportunity on the 3-point play.
Wow.
Jalen Nacio with the foul. Charleston, a 61% free throw shooter.
And you know, Joe, what can you really do against that? I mean, that's just a powerful post position play, grabbing the ball, backing it up with the spin, and converts it to points.
Now 3 of 5 from the line. Charleston, 50-27. Eastern Arizona has opened this one up. Nacio, Sarah Deng right on her. Tight defense as Nacio throws it up. Jordan Zachary with the look, fires it up. And Zachary connects from 3. Jordan Zachary, her first bucket, 50-30.
And Now, if I'm the Coyotes, I'm working that all day long. Get it dipped inside. If it's not there, kick it right back out, shoot the shot.
We've seen some better execution in the second half from the Coyotes. They've put the ball on the deck. They've worked it down in the post. They've been more decisive instead of holding the ball in the perimeter, which we saw in that second period, which killed them when they scored only 4 points.
Absolutely. And now it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Keep the cycle going.
Nacio, and now she gets the screen. Oh, thought about it. Nacio. And Nacio.
Jump ball.
Good defense by Eastern Arizona. Active hands forcing the jump ball. Santana, quiet game. She's got 5 points. Charleston been great in this one. Chavez, dang elbow, and dang connects. Good ball movement. That was just like an offensive foul.
And it looks like an offensive foul will be called on Steph De Silva.
And that's her second.
As Victoria Santana prepping up, staying her ground, will take the tumble and get the charge.
52-30. 1:08 left in the third. Charleston inside, off the feed from Dang. And Charleston just having a ball game and then some.
And look, that's a spot in this game where Coyotes don't want to be. Eastern Arizona on the baseline, they've got the height. You don't want to be stuck in that position.
Lana West.
Don't disagree with him. Don't stand up and disagree with him.
So Lana will have an opportunity at the line. And Landon Gibson, the official, just came over and had a word for the Eastern Arizona bench.
Good shot.
And Alana connects on the second. She's got 5 points. Chavez. Good opportunity for the Coyotes to trap in that baseline, and Chavez works her way out of it. And Williams on the foul.
This is something where, you know, we see the Coyotes putting a press defense up a little bit higher on the Eastern Arizona while they're coming down the court with 40 seconds left. But they got to be careful when they get in that down low. The Gila Monsters are going to cut. They're going to drive in hard. And they got to either take the charge or they got to make the block.
Victoria Santana now with 6 third period points. Pretty much quiet in that first frame. Now she's opening things up in the running for League Player of the Year.
And you really see some of the basketball IQ from Santana in this second half. You know, knowing how to draw the foul, how to put the contact, how to get her team in the right position to score.
And that was a great move by Jalen. Santana right in her bug. Santana gave her the right side to dribble. Jalen instinctively took it, drove. Good thing happened. Worked it out to Cosgrove. Cosgrove now gives up the dribble. Jalen being very instinctive, high screen, lets it fly from 3, and connects. Jalen Nacio now with 10 points. He's been great in this one.
And that's her sweet spot. Coming off the dribble, a little two-step, and drop it from the top.
Chavez swings it over to Santana, lets it fly. A little short. Charleston there. Charleston is looking for Santana. She lost her footing. Going the other way. I got to tell you, Matt, for me, I'm so excited about what I'm seeing from Jalen Nacio because early in the season, at times, 4.7 seconds left in this first half. Cosgrove lets it fly at the buzzer, and that's going to do it. And the Coyotes, after 3, trail 56-34. But once again, Jalen Nacio hits a 3. She's got 10 points. She's been spectacular in this game.
Absolutely. No, right now, leave Jalen Nacio in, let her keep cooking, let her keep doing what she did. She's hitting some great shots. I love the effort from Aisha Ashley, driving in, putting in the pressure. Even though not all the shots have gone in, she's been taking great looks and great attempts. And you know what? If you're not going to get the shot on the down low, try to draw the contact, get the foul, and head to the line.
Nacio and Ashley each with 10 points. And we've seen both players very instinctive. Aisha down the blocks when she knows she's got the one-on-one. She's been great, a little spin move, and she's getting to the rack just about every single time. She's been great. Nacio's been great from the outside. Now it's about getting some stops along the way and potentially trying to claw their way back. But this one, regardless of the outcome, this one is going to get the team ready to face Mesa.
Absolutely.
Call it a week from Tuesday, and Mesa's just waiting. They are the top seed in Region 1, led by head coach Corey Stevenson and Jada Brooks, and that great talented team. That likes to run, and Ash Hunter runs the point for that team. So Chandler Gilbert's going to face them, but you take away that second period, and the Coyotes have really played solidly in this game. That second period, they were just offensively could not get anything going. Only 2 buckets in that period, but much better here in the third, and now they got one more period to kind of figure things out before, and you know Fletcher Brown. He's working on some things and maybe not showing a lot on film as well.
A lot to be proud of from the Coyotes here tonight.
Caden Cosgrove up top. Cosgrove puts on the deck. I like that. Swings it over to Hannah. Hannah puts it on the deck. Good
Hannah taking
movement.
moves.
Jordan Zachary. Taken away by Charleston. Charleston swings it over. Santana. Charleston down in the blocks. Wants the ball. They go right to her. Charleston, the give and go. Back to Santana. And Santana draws the foul. And talk about 2 players being instinct and being on the same wavelength. Charleston was down in the blocks calling for it. Santana immediately got it to her, and then Santana cut. And Santana will build on her afternoon. That's getting better by the second.
Yeah, stellar communication from both those players coming down the court.
Santana now with 8 points. She's 5 of 5 from the line, living large at the charity stripe. Six of 6 for Victoria Santana in the running for League Player of the Year. 17 D1 offers from Western Kentucky, New Mexico State, UTEP, University of San Francisco. She's got a slew.
Good drive.
Jordan
All the way.
Zachary, strong.
Yes.
Way to go, Jordan. She's got 5 points. And I think this is what Coach Fletcher Brown's been waiting to see from his team. To see some aggressiveness, and once again, it's Dahlman. Lainey Dahlman, what an afternoon for her. She's got 14. But collectively, we're seeing more aggressiveness from the Coyotes. The guards are attacking, not staying stagnant on the perimeter. Much better in this third. And now, as we enter the early minutes of this fourth period, getting better throughout this contest.
I'm really loving that inside drive on the right-hand side on offense from the Coyotes. I mean, it's wide open. They're taking their time letting the lane clear out and then penetrating and going in hard.
Pass and tie to Sarah Dang off her fingertips, and they'll go in favor of the white and teal. 60-36 is Aisha about to check in. Aisha having a great day, as well as Jalen Nacio. Substitution timeout as Hannah Williams checks out. Aisha checks in. 8:26 left in the fourth. Eastern Arizona running a 6-game winning streak. Best record in the conference. 25-3, 18-3 in league. Jalen Nacio again. Strong move. Jalen with 12 points. Sarah Dang the other way. Charleston lost the handle. Santana lets it fly from 3. Santana is showing the range. He now has 12 points. Just like that, Victoria Santana can light it up. Nacio try to flick it in underneath. But I'm okay with that. A good, strong, aggressive move.
And the guys will have to be careful. You know, Eastern Arizona hasn't had the strongest outside shooting game today. But now Santana's starting to warm up, starting to hit those threes. Got to make sure we jump out on that.
Alana West working her way against Sarah Deng. West. Once again, the officials for today's contest. Landon Gibson, Lemmy Gailey, and Jim Traber. Jordan Zachary lets it go. Good look on target, just off the front of the iron. Santana swings it over to Deng. Deng swings in the other way. Santana banks it off the glass, and Victoria Santana heating up in a big way. He now has 14 points after an ice-cold first half. Aisha working hard underneath. Aisha blocked by Charleston, sticks with it, rolls off the iron. Grabbed by Santana. Santana swings it the other way. And that is a call against Lowell Iacona. 65-38. And we got a timeout on the floor. Full timeout, so let's take a look at some of the positives as Jalen Nacio now with 12 points and showing her aggressiveness and also stroking 3 threes in this one. Aisha Ashley with 10 points and Jordan Zachary with the bucket just a short time ago with the aggressive, strong move.
Yeah, some great looks from the team. They're really striving to take it hard and move it the ball around. One thing you need to be careful of as they start to drive in, don't go ISO. Still remember you got teammates. Get in there, kick it back out, run the rotation, and take those shots. But let's just talk real quick, Joe, about what are they feeding these Eastern Arizona players? I mean, down in the Gila Valley, the cameras probably don't do it justice, but these are some tall athletes, not just on the women's team, but as we'll soon see, the men's team, just as they warmed up, you and I saw, they've got some height, they've got some size, and they're scary teams to look at.
Tremendous size and tremendous talent. Starts with Sorensen, and then, of course, Charleston, who's been great in this one off the bench. So when we look at the future for Chandler Gilbert, and we're going to have one more contest remaining. That's going to be a Yavapai on Tuesday. Then the following week, they'll take on Mesa. Mesa, of course, ranked in the top 10. First matchup against Mesa was in January. They lost 62-30. Later that month, they lost at home 81-40. I should say on the road, and they lost recently at home 71-37. Nacio lets it fly from 3. Jalen Nacio.
There we go again.
Unconscious. Now with 15. Jalen Nacio playing with a relentlessness that we haven't seen all season. And De Silva tracks it down for a brief second. Santana takes it away. And referee Landon Gibson communicating with the scoring bench, saying that the shot clock was off and they did not reset. So Iacona off the inbounds. Worked it to Sarah Dang, who's got great ball skills. Chavez to Dang, little elbow. Soft one won't go with Charleston. The hustle and rips it away. Santana fires it. Iacona close range and puts it in. Great ball movement by Eastern Arizona. A lot of touches, and Iacona off a great feed from Santana. De Silva. And they call the foul against Chavez.
And great read by Steph De Silva. She's getting the bump, she's getting the pressure. Read that, make it clear to the ref. You know, sometimes you got to signal when those things are happening so the ref can clearly see.
Chavez's third foul. Nacio, the inbounds to Lana West. West puts it on the deck. West swings it out. Good move by Lana West. Urbanski back in. Urbanski works it to Nacio. Nacio cutting. Nacio just a little too strong, but good drive by Jalen Nacio. Chavez, Santana up and in.
And there's those rebounds we've seen and talked about with Eastern Arizona, getting that rebound and giving them that second chance to score.
Santana now with 16. De Silva gets tied up by Aisha.
Drive back in.
Aisha swings it over. Looking for Nacio. Deng swings it over to Chavez, and Chavez and one. Urbanski with the foul. Chavez will go to the line, and Chavez, he's got 13. Elvis Chavez puts up 12, 5, and 1. A sophomore forward. He's got great handles. From Morelia, Michoacan, Mexico. So here's a young lady who's crossed the border, and you can tell she plays the game the right way, and Santana hustles and puts it in. He's now got 18. And this is after a scoreless first half, man.
And that's just energy, right? Pushing through, seeing it, and hustling.
Lana West, good strong move. 73-43. Santana swings it over to Chavez. Chavez, elbow, won't go. Nacio underneath. Elvis Chavez has been impressive. Santana, Charleston off the bench, and Gracie Sorensen, who started.
And you know, Joe, if I'm the Coyotes right now with a roughly 30-point lead from, not them leading, but Eastern Arizona taking the lead, I'm trying to put as many points on the board, take as many points out of this game, and close that gap as much as possible, and really run our team dynamic in preparation for that Mesa game. Ooh, good look.
Strong move by Yazzie. Sorensen, Santana. Santana's going to pull it out, and that was just too easy as Santana saw the opening from three. Great players, that's what they do. They don't hesitate. They're just going to fire it up.
Absolutely.
De Silva the other way. De Silva going strong. Good read by Steph. Nacio, good read there. Yazzie.
Look.
Yazzie flips it in. Almost rolled in, but another good possession by the Coyotes. Good touches, aggressiveness, cutting, driving, dishing. Chavez long range. Chavez with the bomb. She's got 16 points.
We're starting to see some of the prowess from the Gila Monsters on their three-point shooting.
That's taken away.
Behind the back there.
Santana open floor. And that's a gift right there. She's got 20 to lead the Gila Monsters. 78-43. 3 minutes left in this one. De Silva. And Silva went
there we
the
go.
Route, but it drops. She's got 4 points. We have a timeout on the floor, 30-second timeout. So for Chandler Gilbert, they got Yavapai coming up, and we look at that matchup. Yavapai, 5-22, 5-15 in league. A good opportunity for Chandler Gilbert to get back on the winning track, but look, no game's a gimme. You got to bring energy and effort. And then the playoffs the following week, where they'll get another shot against Mesa. 0-3 against Mesa this year, but anything can happen. So in this final 3 and change, Fletcher Brown and his team, it's about assessing, evaluating, and preparing itself for the effort needed to have a chance. Sorensen, Sarah Dang underneath. Mary Workman tracking it down. They work it right back down to Sorensen. Elbow jumper by Iacona.
You gotta love that ball movement and placement of the team players there, working together, kicking it back out when it's not there and working it right back in.
Caden Cosgrove from 3. Too strong.
Good hustle.
Cosgrove keeps it alive. Urbanski. Winding down at 2 minutes left in this one. De Silva with Sorensen. Steph fires it up. Iacona brings it down. Right now, Eastern Arizona working on their half-court offense. Dang, little elbow. Good touch, just wouldn't go. That's a good fight right there by Millie Pearson. Dang lets it fly from 3, and Dang now with 5 points. And you can see why Eastern Arizona is going to be a tough out for anyone. Urbanski, good drive, just couldn't finish. Workman. Sarah Dang coming off that bench. Sorensen.
And that really
Deep in
is the
post.
tricky part with Eastern Arizona. They're so tall. They've got such length. We've talked about this tonight. Their ability to stretch and be in front. Even on the drive, so much energy and effort being exhausted on just getting around that length and that stretch and that reach. By the time you get to the basket, usually you're over pushing it.
Get a timeout on the floor. 82-47 as Angela DePaulo talking some things over with their team. Now coming up next, the men's game. Chandler Gilman coming off the loss to Phoenix College. Deadlocked with Pima for the top seed in Region 1 at 17-3. Coming off a tough loss at Phoenix College, one in which Andre Harris was tossed in that game, so he will not be playing against Eastern Arizona. They are the regular season champs for the first time since 2007. They have got a dynamic team, and they're going to be front runners in their region, in the D1 region, to potentially move on to the national tournament. $1:15 left, winding this one down. Call goes against Eastern Arizona. Landon Gibson, the referee, having an exchange with the Eastern Arizona bench. De Silva in her final minutes here at the Coyote Center. Great young lady who plays hard and well-spoken. Has been a vital cog for this team to make the postseason for 2 years in a row, and Steph will go to the line. Had a chance to meet Steph last season, Matt, at Chandler Gilbert baseball game, and very eloquent. She joined us, and she's been a fixture. She came over, did some interviews over the soccer field in the course of that season, and now we see this young lady from Australia connecting on both. Now with 8 points. Good to see her day finish on a high note. Icona blocked by Ashley. Cosgrove to Urbanski. Taken away by Iacona. In Eastern Arizona. Okay, we're just eating some clock. Iacona gets trapped and gets taken away. Urbanski. And Urbanski. Megan Urbanski, her first bucket, and a good final closing home moment for her. And that is going to wrap things up here as the final seconds are going to tick off this one in Eastern Arizona, a team that has won 6 straight, now making 7 in a row with the 82-51 victory. And Matt, this one was close. It was 16-15 Gila Monsters after one, but that 4.2 period really doomed the Coyotes. They trailed 31-19 at the break and could never really recover from there.
Yeah, it's one of those games, tied at the beginning, and I think the truth is experience prevails, right? You can tell Eastern Arizona has a slightly more depth team, has a little more depth to their bench, has a few more players, and they've obviously got a great size advantage, and they know how to use that. So, Coyotes on the build, I think it's a great learning opportunity, taking them into the playoffs, going into play against Mesa. They did a great job stacking up.
take some positives out of this one. It starts with Jalen Nassio, who just